here, but I want to be able to take you through and let's show them how to create a pattern.
Okay.
That's the fun part. Okay. Really and truly, when Jean says this, this could be a business on its own, because antique mirror is so fabulous everywhere. Okay. Do I need to dry this for you real quick?
We're going to put a stencil? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to have to just pat it dry.
Okay.
Why are we patting
This is
dry?
very sensitive. I don't want to be rubbing it like this because I'll scratch it. But at the same time, guys, this is so forgiving. Don't get stressed out because it's all about it being really distressed. And when you're creating things that are really distressed, it can look fabulous without too much trouble. Now, is that lint from my rag going to be a problem?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. All right, so now we have an adhesive stencil that we're going to lay down to get our pattern.
Okay.
I'm going to spread this out. Now,
You have a little
burnisher.
burnisher, a little popsicle stick.
I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. It might be easier for me to work with.
What we're doing here is we're smoothing out the stencil.
Because it's like a two-part stencil.
Mm-hmm.
This is a one-time use. And it's really better to use these adhesive stencils than it is a Mylar. Because why?
Well, the Mylars will have a tendency to move, but if you're careful, you could use a Mylar.
I don't like using Mylar because it soaks underneath it really easily. And when you're using an adhesive stencil, it's much more forgiving. Don't recommend doing a mesh stencil. It's better really to do these one-time adhesives. We have these too on Amy Howard at Home. We have the damask, which is very classic, really beautiful, as well as like icot and different designs. You've done this a time or two, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. I have to get some yellow pages to stand on.
All right. Beautiful. Now, as a rule, we liked using a mister.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a mister.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll take the hog hair and we'll let that absorb up, and then we'll start, although it's going to run.
So you can mist it. You can actually put the anti-mirror solution in a mister and just spray it. But Jean is using it with the hog hair. So if we want this design to be darker than our actual antique mirror, we have to antique the mirror first. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to do our pattern. Why is that?
Well, if you don't antique the mirror first and you do just the pattern, it's going to look very commercial. It's going to look like somebody antiqued the mirror. Okay. So the reason we're doing it this way is so that the background is antiqued.
So it's much more subtle.
So yes, it's a more subtle look.
It looks much more authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty. So once you've applied this everywhere and you don't have any holidays, about how long does this need to sit on here?
It varies. Sometimes it's just a few minutes, sometimes it's longer.
5 minutes?
Could be.
Okay.
Just depends temperature. And
so the longer it's on here, the darker it's going to get?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the longer it's on here, the silver will actually begin to lift. As you can see, it's already lifting here.
Is that a bad thing?
No, that's a good thing.
Okay.
Because that's going to make the pattern
That
show
much
up
darker.
even.
Got it. Okay. So now when we actually go to rinse this off, do we take the stencil off first or do we rinse it first? Or does it matter?
Doesn't matter, but we're going to rinse it first.
Okay.
Let's see, we even got some movement on that one. I'm going to leave it alone. Nice thing too about the hog's hair, I can manipulate the silver just a little bit and start getting it to rub
To
off.
lift? Mm-hmm. So it's almost better than the mister.
Because with the mister, we'd come back with the rag and try to remove some of it anyway.
Gotcha. All right, so do we have our bath?
I had one this morning. Although it doesn't smell like it with this stuff.